Today I wanted to make a short video on what it was like attending a Witalij, which is the person's name, Breathwork event in Chicago. It was at a Marriott hotel and there were about 300 people, maybe a little bit more. So he's very popular, and this breathwork, I was told in advance, people cry there and scream and throw up and all kinds of stuff. And so what breathwork is, there's many different forms of pranayama, of breath technique that are used to quiet the mind, that are used to get you into the subconscious, into more subtle states of awareness, that are used as spiritual practice, all done through the breath, often through the nose, and often with breath retention on inhale, on exhale, on covering the nose, on directing the breath. But this one was a little bit different. We laid down and there was music, and he was having you breathe always through the mouth, very powerfully through stomach and chest, in and out, and in a very intensive manner. Very intensive, to where they said sometimes 10 people throw up in the room and raise your hand if you need a bucket, to that kind of intensity. And so it's supposed to cause the arisal of all kinds of things in the subconscious mind, in the storehouse of your energy field, basically to change your energy, to let things go, like to let blocks go, to whatever's in there that needs to be healed. And he said, I don't have any credentials, but the credentials I have is I do ayahuasca every 2 weeks so I can understand the energy. But he was sort of joking, but he wasn't joking. But he does work with tons of people. In the last 8 months, he said he had worked with 27,000 people. So he goes all over and does this, and the effects are huge. So he of course knows what he's doing. And so as I started it, there was people screaming in the room like the whole time. There was many people crying. I did a little bit. I don't have too big of stores of trauma that I'm releasing, but what it did show me was, because different thoughts will come up during it and different things. And so what happened to me, I seen a few things. I seen a great love for my mother. I seen a little bit of regret of not seeing my godfather long enough at the hospital before he passed, even though I did spend time with him after that. And I seen a lot of things that I wanted, conversations that I wanted to have, deeper natures about how I felt about people, things I wanted to do and accomplish, certain like things on my spiritual path that I wanted to be a part of, work that I wanted to get done. And it showed me a lot. It was almost like the closest thing I could compare it to would have been a psychedelic journey. So it was almost like breathing in this manner and in the environment he fostered energetically. It took away the veil that normally keeps your minds sort of in a lower level of vibration, sort of stuck, and it opened it up so you can see more and understand more. And that's why people are crying and screaming and healing, because if they have unresolved issues with their parents, or if they haven't been there for their kids, or if they've been abused, or if they've done bad things to people, literally anything, because everybody has their whole own set of stuff, it can come up during this, and then it can be released and it can be healed. And you can set intentions for what to get from it. I didn't do that. I just went in and did what I did. And I did it pretty intensively, but I took it easy though. I didn't do it fully to the hardest extent. But yeah, it was very powerful, and I do recommend it for anybody that would be interested in doing something like that. And then at the end, they sort of bring you out of it with slower breaths, and he would play meditation, sort of different music. He'd play little instruments and everything like that and sort of wake you back up out of it. But it was a very powerful experience. So I would just like to have shared the power of that. Breath work in general is something that can be done at home. I have guided meditation videos on it that you can find. But doing it this intensively in a big group setting like this, it fosters a very huge amount of energy and allows for people to get really deep, and it allows for a lot of healing. So I would definitely recommend, if you ever come across an opportunity, now you could be like, I know what that's about, and maybe I'll check it out. Maybe it'll be beneficial for me. And really, I don't think there's any way that it couldn't. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and we'll be back soon.